The hype, all of that is more intense than anyone could ever imagine. What you're trying to do is embrace it in one way and make sure it doesn't totally knock you off your game. That's why the night before the big one, teams often switch hotels, try and give those guys that last chance to breathe a little bit before they go out and play.
Ready up.
53 is the mic. Watch the run.
Recon, 152 fighter.
Switch it. Come on, switch
now.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
On second down, Kamara. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally down at the 36-yard line. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complementary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5.
What we got?
Go. Defense.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a second and 7. On second down, it's Pollard. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. First carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
It's a gain of 8.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. Buying time, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Luke Kuechly able to get in there and drop him behind the line.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for third down. From the gun, it's Wilson. Got his man, that's Harry. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? He's a little too aggressive there from his Mike linebacker spot.
Sometimes you jump into gaps trying to draw them off sides. This time he tricked himself.
Hey.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. Touchdown, 49ers. A great effort there. 54 yards. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave them with 2nd and a yard. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Play action. Now Wilson. Open man is Higgins. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
59 Mike. Check.
0.
Fair.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Big series right here. We got to step it up.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Lock to throw on 2nd down. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 21-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one like nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets them back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
12.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. His second catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Single.
They go play action now. Wilson rolling to his right. This pass complete to Higgins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. DeForest Buckner, his second sack of the night. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Here's Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Desmond King picks it. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Clock now on first down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll make this a second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Lock going to throw. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. DJ Moore, as the first half is winding down. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Lets this one rip toward Graham. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. So these two teams will head to the locker room as we hit halftime in Super Bowl 56. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. That's fielded in the end zone.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now, so as you mentioned,
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Eric Armstead, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
the amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
One clock.
Let's get this. Off.
Touch Missy. Hey, easy. Touch.
Throwing is Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. Desmond King picks it. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Check three.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Hey!
On second down, here's Locke. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. 7 yards on the play. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now!
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Melvin Ingram able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told.
It's 2nd down.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now it's Wilson being chased out left. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have him set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
Hey, wahoo!
They look to throw. It's Locke. And that's caught. Did he stay in bounds, though? He did not. Ruled incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Set. 10-2 soft.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
Hey, Sam on.
36.
They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal. Here we go with Kamara. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead will swell by 1 more.
Ravens nothing. Jason Sanders set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
50, plant.
I don't think you got it, son. Switch.
61, matchbox, light, get it.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Alvin Kamara, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. To throw is Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on fourth down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. The connection made, it's Graham. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. So first and 10 now from the 30.
Go out.
On the ground, this is Kamara. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Hey, check motion me.
Now Locke throwing on second down. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. DJ Moore, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead will swell by one more. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again. Extraordinary.
The defense has been good, and they were good again there. That'll be taken in the end zone.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it. But you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10.
12.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He's got Higgins over the middle. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That's good for 28 yards. Wilson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now Wilson eluding the pressure right. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give him 17 on that pickup. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are able to make things a bit more respectable. Tucker able to connect on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Michael Bannon. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eric Armstead able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. From the shotgun, Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep, and now here is another interception. Picked off by Carl Joseph. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we made 1 more play, could have had our shutout.
Throwing now is Locke. Looking for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's second and long.
0-0. Good job right there.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Flush to his right. He'll run it. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down. Play action. It's Wilson. Open man is Higgins. And he'll be out right at the 35. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. From the gun, Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think...
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Sanders now to add the extra point. Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Wilson steps away to his left, and he's going to keep it here. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
You got 3.
Bring out.
One last shot for Wilson. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. And the San Francisco 49ers will hoist the Lombardi Trophy as Super Bowl champions.